In Northern California, deep in the wetlands of Southern Napa, hidden away from the modern world, lies an old, forgotten building, a relic from a time when the cold winds of the Cold War were shaping history. Here, in this desolate place, once stood a military outpost that made an incredible mark on global events, and yet few know its story. In the early years of the space race, a secret military outpost on the western coast of the United States was home to a small but incredibly important radio station. It was here, on this isolated stretch of land, that the first signals from Sputnik, the satellite that marked the dawn of the space age, were picked up on the west coast. Today, all that remains of this outpost are these ruins, swallowed by time and nature. Once a cutting-edge military facility, this place now stands abandoned, yet its history lingers in the air, just as the radio waves once did. As Sputnik beeped its way across the sky, the men stationed here became part of a pivotal moment. For a brief instant, this quiet, unassuming outpost in Napa was at the heart of the space race.
Do you think it'll mean we'll get to the moon soon?
I hope so. I'd like to go up there.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I just think they beat us to the punch. We've been talking about it and working on it, but nothing's happened.
Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, circled the Earth and emitted a simple radio signal. At this remote outpost, soldiers and engineers were ready. They had the equipment, the knowledge, and the determination to hear that signal. And they did, just days after it was launched, a moment that forever altered the course of history. The technology was basic by today's standards, but it was enough. The radio signals from Sputnik were clear enough for these soldiers to track its orbit and confirm its presence in space. It was the first step in what would become a race to the stars, with consequences still felt today. The building we're standing in was part of a network of military stations set up to monitor the skies during the Cold War. In 1957, when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the world was thrust into the space race. This station was the first on the West Coast to pick up that satellite signal. Back then, the significance of Sputnik's signal wasn't just about space exploration, it was about national security. The Soviet Union had shown they could send a satellite into orbit. If they could send something up there, what else might they send? It was a wake-up call. Today, the outpost is long abandoned. Nature has claimed its territory, and the once urgent hum of radio transmissions has faded into silence. The people who worked here, their names and faces have mostly been forgotten. but what they achieved, what this building witnessed, has echoed through history. Among the reeds and the still waters, the past lies dormant, waiting for those who will remember. This ruined outpost may no longer serve its original purpose, but its story endures. And so, as the years roll on, the story of the military outpost and the radio station that heard Sputnik first becomes part of the fabric of history, one of the many forgotten moments that shaped our world, hidden away in the quiet wetlands of Napa. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you want to discover more hidden stories from the past. See you in the next one.